Hey everybody, it's Peter from Brantford Kia. We are inside the 2020 Kia Soul. I'll show you a picture of what this car looks like right now. This is an EX model, and that is one step up from the base model. So we're in Canada. If you're watching the States, you may have different trim lines, different trim names, but a lot of the car is still the same. And here we go, we're gonna do a test drive. We've never done a test drive video before. So before we start, keys in the car. It is a keyed car, so that's what the key looks like there. This one is a keyed car. Pop it in, we're gonna start it up. Before we go anywhere, let's adjust some things. Okay, the seat is height adjustable. I can crank this up, I can push it down to get it where I need to. Of course, forward and back, tilt it. I've got it pretty much where I need it to be. Tilt and telescopic steering wheel comes in and out. So I like steering wheel fairly close to me, and you know, you can put it kind of wherever you want. Got the big screen here. I put my cell phone down in the cell phone charging area. Now I have a Pixel 2. Pixel 2 does not have wireless charging, but that goes in here and it works really well, because that leaves the area down below it for a, you know, whatever you need, all your junk, all other stuff. Automatic transmission, they're all automatic transmissions now. This is a IVT transmission, basically a continuously variable transmission, works really well. 2 drive modes. We've got sport and normal. We're gonna start out normal, we can switch it if we want. I'm gonna turn on my heated seats because it is, I think about, well, actually it says 9 degrees here, but it feels way colder. It is raining today. I don't have a microphone on my camera because I wanna give you some sense of how quiet this car is. I'm gonna turn my heated steering wheel on, and let's go. Automatic headlights are on, so we haven't done anything with that. Windshield wipers work great. All right, we've got controls in here for my dash in here. We're gonna talk about some of the safety features as we go, but you're bored by watching me sit here. Let's go. All right, we're turning out onto the road in front of the Kia dealer, Brantford Kia. We are on Linden Road. We're gonna drive a little bit. So one thing I like about this car is it has lane keeping assist. Now what does that mean? Basically, this car, when I reach a certain speed, will steer itself. It sounds really crazy, sounds really freaky, but it works really, really well. So we're gonna hit a stoplight here. No, perfect, it's green. All right, so when I get up to a speed, I believe it's above 60 kilometers an hour, the car can read the lane markings. Once it does that, there's a light that goes from white to green, and I'm not supposed to let go of the steering wheel, but I could, and it will keep the car centered in lane. You can sort of see it made a little correction there. We're coming up to a corner on the road. If you know Brantford at all, you're gonna see Linden Road, there's a corner. And when we get to that corner, I'm gonna let the car steer itself a little bit. Now, this is not something you should do, but the point is, I'm not steering the car, and we're going around a corner right now. You can see the steering wheel corrected a little bit. The corner got a little too sharp. So you'll see throughout the video, I may take my hands off the wheel and point out that the steering wheel steers itself. What that does is it's designed not to drive itself. It's not self-driving technology, but it will keep the car centered in the lane when the conditions are met, and it does work even in the rain. So I really like that feature. We're gonna go over the country roads because I think country roads are a better spot to drive and talk to a camera. Let's talk about a few other features in the car. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You get that on this big screen here. What does that mean? In the one level up from base, which is what this one is, the EX model, you get navigation through your smartphone. Now people are worried about data usage. It's very little data usage. Most people don't notice any difference on their cell phone plan, but now you're talking about that system in here. The other thing, this lane keeping assist, like I said, it steers itself a little bit. We're gonna see if we can try to use it. We've got another corner coming up here. We'll let it sort of go around the corner. See the steering wheel turning itself? We're literally going around a corner all by itself. So it corrects itself and adjusts, and you'll feel that in your hands. It moves it while it's in your hands. It's not designed to be steered without the hands in the steering wheel. It's designed to be steered while your hands are on the wheel. You'll feel little corrections. If you don't like that, just turn it off, no big deal. But I really like using it now that I understand it, now that I understand what it does. It works really well. Like I said, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, navigation, text. You can use hands-free technologies from your cell phone brought up to this big, beautiful screen. Let's talk about general comfort. Visibility is great. I got tons of headroom here, so I can move my seat up further, but I can see the hood from where I am. If you're a shorter driver, you can get great visibility. Blind spot detection. So both mirrors have little orange lights to tell you if there's someone in your mirror. And of course, if I'm backing up, that'll give me rear cross traffic alert, which means if I'm in a parking lot, like let's say I went to the grocery store and I'm backing out of a spot, somebody's driving up and you can't see them yet because you got a minivan parked beside you. The rear of the car has a radar system. That radar system will see them. It will warn you in the screen. It will beep at you, and you'll know that somebody's crossing your path, and you can stop and avoid them. You know which way they're coming from. Super system. So every car that has blind spot detection, which again, we're one step up from the very base model Kia Soul, every spot that has that blind spot detection, you're going to get that rear cross traffic alert as well. All right, what else can we talk about? Manual climate control system in this car. You can move up to an automatic climate control. If you've never seen our videos before, we don't really do test drive videos. This is my very first one. We do walk around videos. We've got 2.5 million views on YouTube for mostly walk around videos. We do have a walk around video of the top line Kia Soul, so you can see that. We'll have other videos as well. If you want to know more, let us know in the comments below if you have questions. So let's change drive modes now. Really simple. Press the button right here. I've gone from normal to sport. The engine revs a little bit higher. It's a little bit more responsive. The gas pedal's a little more responsive. Yeah, it just makes it a little sportier. It does have shift points. So if you're worried about a CVT transmission that just drones and drones and drones, I'm gonna floor it right now. Floor it, you barely hear it in the engine, but you can feel the car accelerating strongly. You will feel it shift, and yeah. So lots of normal feeling to this IVT transmission. People are worried because old CVT transmissions were terrible. They were just terrible. That's why Kia never made them until this car and the Forte. A lot of positive reviews about the CVT transmission, IVT transmission in these two cars. One thing that's kind of unique, we just got the Kia Telluride in. It's our top of the line vehicle. It's an SUV. Same gear shift exactly in the Soul, in the Forte, and in the Telluride. So kind of a cool feature right there. Let's talk general comfort. You've got padded armrests here. If you had to go on a road trip on this car, first of all, my steering wheel, like I mentioned, is heated, nice and warm. I'm very square to the car. Visibility is fantastic. I don't know if you can see in the video the way we've got it set up right now, but the Kia Soul is really popular because it's a small, easy drive car, great visibility. So I really like that piece of this car. The ride as well. So the very first generation Kia Soul, they decided to make a box car that was kind of sporty handling. That sporty handling made it for a very rough ride. The second generation was a much smoother ride, much more controlled ride. So I kind of figured that's kind of where they would leave it. When you get in this car, we're going over a lot of bumps right now in a country road out from Brantford towards Ancaster. It's a really, really controlled ride. You're gonna notice that those bumps are really smoothed out. Still corners very, very flat. We've gone on some tight corners in this car and still stays very flat. So it corners exactly like a car, but you get the interior feel of a crossover utility vehicle. And I think that's a huge selling point of the Kia Soul. So where does this car compete? Basically a small economy car, that's what you're talking about with fuel economy. The fuel economy is improved on the 2020 Kia Soul. I have not done a fuel economy loop, but we expect real world fuel economy to be excellent. Yeah, like I said, if you're looking for a car, this is something that you compete, but you want a little bit taller seating position, you want that crossover sport utility style size, that's where the Kia Soul is right now. The other thing I should talk about is the seats. Seats are larger than they used to be, at least they feel larger. I'm not sure exactly on the dimensions, but larger seats are generally more comfortable seats, and in my mind these are vastly improved seats. There was nothing wrong with the previous ones, but you sit in this car right away, you feel comfortable, and that's a big thing for me. It's got to be a good car you can road trip on. I would drive this car across the country today. They won't let me though, I've asked them already. All right, what else can we talk about? One thing I should talk about is the manual shifting mode. So like I said, this does have an automatic transmission, a CVT, but I can manually shift the gears. So it gives you 8 fake gears. Like I said, a CVT and IVT works a little bit differently. If you don't know how they work, you don't need to worry about it. Basically, if you want to manually shift, you can go through 8 gears. I can downshift, I can choose whatever rev I want. It's now about 5,000 RPM, strong acceleration there. And I can shift it right up to 8th gear there. Put it back in the normal mode. I'm still in the sport mode. I'm gonna go back to normal mode and yeah, drive just like normal. So if you're wondering where we are on Indian Trail Road right now if you're in Brantford. Indian Trail turning onto, I think, Field Road? I'm not really sure where we are here. Linden Road. Yeah, we're on Linden Road. So Linden Road out of Linden. Nice country roads, great place for a road test. Big thing you're gonna notice is it's raining fairly steady right now, but a fairly quiet interior. Like I said, no microphone on me. I'm going all from the camera, which is across the car, and we're going 80 kilometers an hour on a rough road. This is the noisiest road we've been on. Still very quiet. I can talk normally to a passenger beside me. I'm raising my voice a little bit for the video, but yeah, this is a quiet, controlled car, good ride, very comfortable. want to talk a little bit about the controls of this car. So steering wheel controls, you've got your cruise control right here on the steering wheel. Some of these Kia Souls have the smart cruise control, so that allows you to keep the car will keep itself, keep the distance itself from the cars in front. Works really well. What I've got here is just the standard cruise control, works like every other car with cruise control. You've also got your information display controls on that same sort of cluster. So cruise control, information display, all here. You can access them all with your thumb, and that information display that I'm talking about is in the center of my dash. So I can control those pieces here, some of which you have to be stopped to control, many of which you can control while you're driving. For instance, I can look at my tire pressure monitoring, I can look at my lane keeping assist, it'll give me a visual display of what's going on, and of course the driver attention alerts. Right now it is calling me highly attentive. I don't know if that's accurate, but I'm certainly attentive enough that the car is happy with me. So you can control that all from here. The left side is all your Bluetooth controls and your audio controls. So again, right at your thumb, right at your fingertip control essentially. So nice thick steering wheel. This was leather wrapped gear shift. So a very luxurious feel. Again, one step up from the base model. So tremendous value in this car. Good performance. It is not a rocket. It is not something that is going to be blowing out of the water performance. But again, fuel economy is a focus on this car. Drivability around town, on the highway, no problem. You can handle this car. That's really where its sweet spot is. If you want a performance car, we have a Stinger for you. Let's go talk about that car. But handling wise, class competitive for sure. I think fuel economy is going to be improved as well. So we're on Jerseyville Road. We're heading back into Brantford. What can I finish this video off with? I'm sure you have questions. I've never done a test drive video before. We're going to do more. I'm not sure how long or how short to make them, but sort of want to know what you want to know. What kind of features do you want to know? We could certainly do more test drive videos. So let us know in the comments below what you want to know. Again, keep in mind we did do a walk around video. A lot of the other details may be in our walk around videos. We're sort of good at those. We're just learning how to do test drive videos here. If you're looking for multiple camera views, we are a dealership first, not a YouTube channel first. So probably won't be doing that, but information is what we're all about. The other thing you should know if you're looking to buy this car, we are a Platinum Prestige dealer. What does that mean? Basically, well, not basically, Kia has recognized us as a top 3 percentile Kia dealer in the world. We just got that award. We're pretty proud of it. And if you're looking for a great place to buy a Kia Soul, we want to be that place. So if you're in Ontario, let us earn your business. That's why we make these videos. We want to give you the information. Our sales team is trained. I think people are pretty happy dealing with us, and that's a big source of pride for us to be a top 3% Kia dealer in the world. One other thing this car has is auto stop start. I didn't mention that earlier. When I come to a stop, it will, I think it's called idle stop and go is Kia's name for it. When I come to a stop, the engine can turn itself off. That saves fuel. Some people like that. I think it works great. Some people don't, but basically you come to a stop and the engine turns itself off. As soon as you release that brake, before you can even touch the gas, the engine started, you're ready to go. Like I said, you don't have to use that feature. I like it. Why waste fuel when you're idling when you don't need it? And this car is capable of that system. So great system. So there you go, everybody. There's our very first test drive video. This is the 2020 Kia Soul, the EX model. Like I said, bottom of the line, one step up from the bottom of the line. So many features in this car, so many I haven't mentioned, but hopefully I've piqued your interest. Let us know in the comments below how we did and what you want more from us, and we'll do more, we'll make them better. Thanks everybody for watching.